About Generation Einstein. The first time I noticed that there was a new generation of youngsters, or at that time kids, because the ones I saw that were so different from youngsters before was in 2000. They were 12 years old kids, and I saw really a generation that they were so positive, they were so active, and it was also the generation, it's the first generation for whom internet is just, from the day they're born, they know there is internet. So it's not something they get in touch with later in life like we did, but as a normal thing. And then in 2005 I wrote a book about it, which was published in 2006, and about a year ago, 2 years ago, I met somebody from India, Samyak, and we started to talk about if it wouldn't be nice to have like a complete rewritten version of the original book, Generation Einstein, to the situation in India. And a year ago we started, and now it's finished and ready. One thing is it's a global generation. So Generation Einstein in India or in Brazil or in Europe or in the States or wherever, they're all part of this new generation, Generation Einstein. And one thing we do in the book is also compare it with the generation of the parents of Generation Einstein, and the grandparents of Generation Einstein, and the differences between the parents of Generation Einstein in India and the parents of Generation Einstein in Holland, where I'm from, or in Europe, is a lot bigger than the difference between Generation Einstein in Holland and in India. It's completely rewritten. It's not like an international version with a little bit of notes like how is this in India. It's really from beginning till the end. It's completely rewritten to the situation in India, to the way they consume media in India. The brand studies, brand cases are Indian cases. So it's a complete new book. One is Bindas, and some cases they did, and the other case studies are really more brands and the way they communicated what they did here in India. It's a positive book, so also with the brand cases, it's not about finding the things that didn't work and then showing off like this is why it didn't work. We were looking for the cases that really worked. Analyzed what was it that made it work, and also one step further, like okay, what could have been done even better to make it bigger or better. But no, the book it's in 4 chapters, and it's a description of the generation. It's a description of the world and how they are who they are and why they are that way. Sounds a little bit like a puzzle, but and the third part is really with it's all about marketing. If you want to reach this generation, how can you do this? And it's about things like it's no longer about trying to get closer to youngsters. That's what we were taught that you do. You research them and then you act as if you are young. So to make a step towards youngsters, it's about how can you make youngsters invite you as a brand into their lives. So one of the big things that you see, it's one of the things I say in the book is it's a Maslow 5 generation. Yeah. The whole world is still Maslow 4, and this is the youngsters made the next step into the pyramid from Maslow. And the Maslow 5, the top of the pyramid, this is what Maslow himself could only reach, like he said, 3 or 4 times in a lifetime. With a lot of LSD and alcohol, you get to this self-actualization and everything fits and you know your place. And this is a daily state 24/7 for this generation. So basically the big turnaround is that they are on top of the pyramid and they look down at us. And they look at us and they say like, okay, why would I invite you here in my world, in my life? What does it bring to me? What does it bring to my relationship with my friends? What does it do to the world? So the question they actually ask us, brands or companies, is what's your reason to be? Why are you here as a brand? And that's not always an easy question to answer. In the old days, you had the power of groups. So when we were young, we were part of a group, and brands were targeted to groups. This generation is not part of a group. The new, what you could say now, being different is normal. Not being the same is normal, but being yourself is normal. And the big advantage now is that if you do it right as a brand, if your brand DNA, the soul from what you work, your strong belief connects to this generation, we're not talking then about being a small brand. Then you have like 60, 70 or 80% of the market, and it goes further. It's not only that all the youngsters want you, but they don't even care when their parents buy it. Entrepreneurial, that they are entrepreneurs. So my prediction is that will be the big thing the upcoming years. That the real talented youngsters, they will start their own companies and rebuild companies and the business the way they see it. It's a part, but. Don't make the mistake that social media equals Facebook. Right. Before Facebook, computers were for this generation already social machines and not technical machines. And for us, they were technical machines. For them, it's a machine to chat with your friends and to communicate all the time. So it's not about finding information only. It's staying in contact all the time. But it goes a lot further than only that it's transparent. Yes, it's transparent, and yes, they can find the real truth behind things, and yes, it's a lot different for us. But it's not all. It's also a complete mind shift in how they look to the world, to us. One I already mentioned. It's no longer about getting closer to them, but it's about how can you make them invite you into their lives. The other one, forget like. Like is nothing. I know it's with the whole Facebook hype, everybody now thinks likes is everything, but it's not about like, it's about love. Your real fans, the people, the youngsters that you need, that embrace you, that they love you. So as a marketeer, you should think with everything you do, would I do this to my best friend? Does this make them love me? And like is superficial, but love goes really deep. And the third one is forget reasons to believe. The big marketing hobby, we have something, it's not a real fantastic product, but it's there. And now we're going to think of reasons why our consumers, our customers, youngsters, people would believe what we're saying. And the new thing is reason to be. Really ask yourself, why am I here? The youth in Europe or in the States or wherever, are they further than more Generation Einstein than the youth in India? And for now, I'm sure it's safer to say the opposite. It's a generation that is ahead of it. It's really part of the global generation, and everything that happens in India, the whole atmosphere, I'm really amazed. Don't stop dreaming. You are right, we are wrong. And you know, the way I work is I sometimes say my biggest asset is that I know I don't know anything. So I wake up in the morning and I think like, well, you look pretty stupid today. You don't know anything. But what I'm trying to say is I'm really curious every day to be amazed with the way youngsters look at it, the way they do things, and they do amaze me. So please keep on doing that. But basically the same things. Let yourself, let them amaze you. Don't try to look at them, but really see them. Don't only listen what they have to say, but hear what they mean. You know, it's a generation that they don't exclude us. They want to do it together with us, together with brands, together with their parents. Their parents are their best friends. So if we don't do it together with them, it's something we do wrong.